families. So kids, I am so excited you're here to join us in our Sunday worship. If you're doing this on any other day of the week, that's totally fine too. You can worship God whenever you want to. So in our video today, it's going to be as follows. We're going to start with our memory verse, and then we're going to move on down and we're going to do a worship song together. So I hope you join me. Find a nice big area where you can dance around and get goofy. After the worship song, we're going to start getting into our message, right? The lesson God has for us. The lesson God has for us today. After that, we're going to play a game. Our game will go over instructions and supplies that you will need. After our game, we're going to participate and do a craft together. You can join me as I do the craft in the video or do the craft later on in the week. After the craft, I'm going to test you on that memory verse. See how many fill in the blanks you can get. And then we'll close with our prayer. Alright guys, enjoy this video and enjoy your worship.
Now it's your turn. Why don't you try saying the memory verse? Ready? Go.
Welcome back to our summer road trip. I am so happy you joined me for our second stop. Last week we started off with our quick meal, and now we're headed on the road. Before I got onto the freeway this morning to start our road trip, I had to get some gas for my car, or else we can't go anywhere. Now, when I was in the gas station, I saw something so cool. It was a postcard. Postcards are great souvenirs and a great way to share with friends and family the places we've seen. Postcards say, "Look where I am, look what I saw," and I wish you could see this too. Vacations give us the chance to see things we may have never seen before. Think of a time when you were on vacation and you saw something so cool. They give us an opportunity to visit places we've only read about and seen in pictures. If you go looking for it, you can find some very strange and very bizarre sights right where we live in the United States. For example, who knew there was a giant statue of Superman in Metropolis? It's true. Metropolis, Illinois is home to a giant statue of Superman right up the street from the Super Museum. Superman's hardly the only strange statue you can visit. If you go to Rapid City, South Dakota, you can travel up to Dinosaur Park to see a set of giant dinosaur statues that have looked over the city for more than 80 years. There's a huge Jolly Green giant statue in Blue Earth, Minnesota, and the world's largest Santa Claus is located in North Pole, Alaska. You can see hundreds of strange sights for free all across this country. From the largest iron skillet in Iowa to the largest ball of twine in the world. But let's be honest, the greatest sights to see are not man-made. They are the majestic wonders of the natural world, wonders created by God and not by man. Think about it. What is an amazing thing you've seen in nature? Just remember, God created that. How cool is that? The next stop we're making is the Grand Canyon. And I brought my special, you know what these are, binoculars, because we're going to go do some sightseeing. The Grand Canyon is easily one of the most spectacular sights in North America and the world. Located in Arizona, the Grand Canyon is 277 miles long. It stretches up to 18 miles wide in parts and is 1 mile deep at its deepest. It's a spectacular sight that can only truly be experienced in person. standing on the edge of the Grand Canyon can fill you with all sorts of questions. How did it form? How long did it take to form this amazing sight? And how in the world would you get across? How would you get across the Grand Canyon? Can you think of a way? It seems almost impossible that anyone could cross over the canyon. The story we will hear today is like a postcard. It's a story that shows us a picture of how awesome God's power is. It's one of the many, many stories in the Bible that remind us that God is mighty. These stories tell us that God will always be there to protect us and save us when we need Him. When we last left the Israelites, they were finishing the Passover meal and getting out of Egypt as fast as they could. God had won their freedom from Pharaoh, something they believed was impossible, and they were headed for the Promised Land. But before they could get to safety, they found themselves in another impossible situation. Pharaoh and his army were right behind the Israelites, hoping to bring them back into slavery. In front of the Israelites was the mighty Red Sea. The people thought they were doomed, but God had the power to save them. He parted the waters of the sea, allowing the people to cross over on dry land. They walked between a canyon of water, with the sea pushed up on either side of them like two giant walls. Can you imagine what you would see in the sea? Once they reached the other side, God closed the sea up, destroying the army of Egypt and ending the threat of Egypt once and for all. The Israelites had made it across. God had the power to create the Grand Canyon and the power to part the Red Sea. God has the power to save us when we call on Him. When God parted the Red Sea, He performed a miracle for His people. God is powerful and God is mighty. He is the creator of all things, including the Grand Canyon, and He can do things we think are impossible. If you're ever facing a tough situation or a tough choice, or you think there is no way out of this, give that situation to God, because God makes a way where you can't see a way out. For this game, you're going to need about 4 to 6 blown up balloons, as well as a hula hoop or something that you can make a circle out of. For my game, I made a circle out of 2 blankets. You also need something to move the balloons with. I used a piece of cardboard. Alright, my friends, it is game time. One of my favorite times of the day. We're playing a game called Air Power. Let's see how much air you have in your lungs right now. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. Oh, feels so much better. For this game, you're going to need the supplies that was previously stated. So you can go back and pause the screen to gather your supplies. Now this game has one of my favorite things in it. You get to play with balloons. Balloons are so much fun. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to get your hula hoop or your tape and you're going to make a circle or put your hula hoop down somewhere. I would play this game inside because the wind can be challenging. Now what you're going to do is get your piece of cardboard or your thick piece of paper. This is going to be like your fan, your air power. Your goal is to get the balloons using your air power from your cardboard and get it into the hula hoop and try to make it stay. Now you can start with one balloon and see if you can get that balloon in, and then keep adding balloons. Maybe make the circle smaller, maybe make it bigger. Maybe play against your brothers or sisters or mom and dad and see who can get the most balloons in the fastest. Now for this game, you're only going to have 1 minute. 1 minute. Now you can challenge yourself and only do 30 seconds, or have no time limit and just have fun with it.
for this craft, we're going to create our own version of the Red Sea using things you can eat. What you're going to do is get your graham cracker and carefully break it in half and recreate the ocean on both sides of the graham cracker, leaving the middle part showing. You want to leave space in between to show the pathway that the Israelites walked through. After you do that, you can decorate it with fish candies. I have some goldfish, put some sprinkles in it, make it your own. Now it's time to test your knowledge. Let's see how many fill in the blanks you can complete from our memory verse this week. Dear God, thank you for your mighty power. Thank you for creating the Grand Canyon and all the wonders of the world, including us. Thank you for always making a way when we can't see one out. Amen.